Hello everyone and welcome to O'Reilly Review. Two things. I got a haircut. It's looking pretty styly, I think. Maybe. I don't know. And also, this is going to be the first review video trying out this new tactic of a face-to-face review. Because I think it'll be easier on me and on the viewers if I don't have it so edited. In my brain, before I started actually doing the channel, I imagined it being like a game theory video, like very well edited and well done. But I don't have the software for that, and I don't have exactly the creativity for that. So I figured this would be better, because also it's a more personal connection during the review, and you have something to look at in the downtime. Because I think if you notice in some of the videos, there's a lot of time where there's just a black screen, and that's because there's just nothing to put in there as a picture. So, we'll see how this goes. I feel like I have a good feeling about it. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a good rendition of what I'm trying to do with the channel. Anyway, on to the review. Today we're going to be reviewing Super Mario Galaxy. Now, I chose this to review because I think I'm going to have a lot to say about it, mostly in the cons section. So I'm gonna ready my hater blockers, and you guys can ready your hater guns and shoot at me as I scorn the Mario series, as the 3D Mario series as a whole, because I have a feeling that's probably gonna happen. First, I'm gonna give some background though. This game was the third 3D platformer released in the Mario series. It was published by Nintendo and released on the Wii. Sorry, I'm looking down here because that's where my notes are, so I'll try not to do that as much. I'll try and look at the camera more. It was released worldwide in November 2007, and it kind of followed the same lines as any other Mario game. You have protagonist Mario, you have antagonist Bowser, and you're trying to save Peach. The same as most any other Mario game, despite all the one-offs or whatever. However, in this game, unlike Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Sunshine, you're traversing planets and universes. You're pretty much up in space the whole time. You don't spend very much time on Earth, which I'm assuming is where all the other Mario games are set. I don't know. There's probably some piece of lore I'm missing that tells me that it's set in a different place. What's cool about this game, though, is it features new abilities, including the spring suit and having extra lives. Instead of 3, having 6. Not 7. 6. I know my numbers. Now there's not much to say about background, just because it's like any other Mario game. There's not much new going on about it, so pretty much all you need to know is the year it came out and how it's different from any other 3D Mario platformers. Anyway, on to the pros. One of the pros that I thought really stood out for a Nintendo game is its graphics. Now, most people that I've talked to about Nintendo say that it's the worst, it's the worst company graphic-wise, and I can agree with that, but it doesn't mean that Nintendo's graphics are bad. It's just not the best. So for this game, I thought the graphics were very nice and colorful for a Nintendo game, which doesn't mean they're bad, it just means they're not the best. Another pro that I found is that there were new enemies and kind of a new perspective on how to deal with them. Something that Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine didn't take advantage of in their new 3D world was how to fight enemies. Like, they still had, in Super Mario Sunshine, that's not a very good example because they didn't have the classic enemies, but in Super Mario 64 they didn't utilize being able to make enemies bigger and not just have a 2D platform to walk across. In Super Mario Galaxy, they let enemies walk around freely in one space instead of just being on a 2D platform. Like, imagine, okay, this really bad broken pencil, this is a line, and this is a Koopa Troopa, and he's walking, and this is the only motion he has. But then, now it's 3D. And now it can walk around in all of this space, which not only makes the game a little harder to fight enemies in, but it just adds a new element to it that's really interesting. I personally think it's good. I think it's a good new perspective to have. Some people might not think it's a very good thing to have. I personally do, so I'm putting it as a pro. There's also new power-ups in the game that I mentioned before, the spring suit and the extra lives going from 3 to 6. And I thought that was a good addition because in Super Mario Sunshine, when I played that, I found it really annoying that you could only get hit 3 times. Now yes, when you get coins, it puts your life, you know, it makes your life 1 more. But you can only have 3. However, in Mario, whenever you're about to fight a big boss or something, there's always a mushroom somewhere that'll give you an extra 3 lives so you can get hit an extra 3 times, which I think it was a very good implementation just because I hated only having 3 lives. It was annoying. And my final pro for this game is it's very creative. They really took advantage of having that 3D space and not... I don't want to say that Super Mario 64 squandered it, but they definitely didn't take full advantage of what they could do with it. However, in Super Mario Galaxy and other games after that are 3D Mario games like 3D Mario World and Super Mario Galaxy 2, I think there's a 3rd one out, or coming soon, I don't know. But those games, well, I'm going to guess 2 and 3 did, but at least Super Mario Galaxy 1 took advantage of that. They really embodied the 3D world, or embraced the 3D world, made it their own, and made an interesting game out of it. Alright, time to put on my hater blockers, because it's time for the cons. Now, a con that I found really annoying was the difference between what first player got to do and what second player got to do, and how being first player was ideal if you wanted to play this game with someone else. Like, let me show you this scenario, okay? So, this is first player me. And this is second player me. I think second player me is hotter. Anyway, here we go. Here's some improv for you. I should have a nunchuck. That's how you're supposed to play this game. Whatever. Isn't this game fun? Huh? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, when can I be first player? Because, I'm getting tired of just collecting star bits. I don't even have to look. I just gotta wave the controller around and I'm doing my job, so... I'm not having very much fun. Can I play soon? Yeah, later. Oh, shut up, whatever. You're fine. You're collecting all these star bits. You're helping. Duh. Ugh, so ungrateful. I invite you over and you just complain. Ugh. Thank you. That was some rally improv for you. Don't worry, there's more cons where that comes from. So, hater shields. Hater blockers, not shields. So, I know the game likes to play with gravity, considering you're in space, but it doesn't do the best job with it sometimes. Like, sometimes you can jump off a platform and use gravity and swoosh around and look super cool while you're doing that. Or you can try and jump from one platform to another, assume gravity will take place, it won't, and then you'll just fall into a black hole that seems to always be in a place you can't be. And then you die. Because you assume the gravity is going to be okay there, and then it's not, and then you die. Or gravity flings you in the wrong direction, and then you're screwed. Now, this isn't just how gravity is supposed to work. There are some times in this game where I find myself being like, that's not how gravity works. That's not the way gravity should be pulling me, and whatever. I'm not a scientist, but I know how gravity should work. And Super Mario Galaxy can do it sometimes, but most of the time, it's a failed attempt. I was watching Game Grumps play Super Mario Galaxy and Sunshine, and this was something they mentioned that I'm also going to mention now, but your movements are way too fluid. You take, on this button, you press forward once, and you're like... instead of moving forward one step, you like run forward and then run back. And that's not the way I'd like to move, and that caused me and Game Grumps to die quite a bit in both Sunshine 64 and Galaxy. That paired with, you know, wanky janky controls sometimes, and the spring suit just bouncing you around in whatever direction it wants to. A lot of death ensues, and it doesn't give you enough 1-ups to compensate for that. So that's my problem with it. It's just your movement being a little too fluid. Like, I'm not saying, you know, make it super precise, but I'm saying, you know, normal human walk with normal human feet. Walk around like a normal person. Don't fly around everywhere because you want the game to be more smooth. Don't let the game suffer for that. And then we move on to the tilt controls, which I think unanimously is one of the worst things that we could have done with that game. I hate tilt controls, like, and I can tell other people do as well, because even in Mario Kart 8, it shows if you're using tilt controls or not. Which must mean that if you're using tilt controls, people are like, oh, he's either really good or really bad. Because either he's really good at using tilt controls, or he or she thinks that he's cool, he or she thinks that him or her is cool, and just wants to use tilt controls, but like, oh, I'm driving a car. Because tilt controls have consistently pissed me off, just because of how inaccurate it is with this little controller. Even the Motion Plus, you can't see that, there's no light. Even the Motion, it says Motion Plus, just trust me. Even that doesn't help. Like the surfing levels, when you surf on the, I think you surf on a penguin in Mario Galaxy. Probably not. But I know that in Sunshine you surf on a little squid dude, and that's hard to do. And especially in Galaxy, when if you fall off you're dead. Much harder to do. It's just, the controls don't allow it. If you had really good controls and really good motion sensing, like if you had something for the VR that was like that, that would work. The VR is precise. It catches your movements and it does them precisely to how you do it. But if we're using this little thing, it's not gonna work as well, and you're gonna end up falling off, and then you have to be less than precise in order to actually finish it, which I don't like, because I like to be precise when I play games that way. So obviously I had a lot more cons to say than I did pros, so, you know, the rating may not be as good as some of the other games I've reviewed. Just one last thing though, I feel like Mario Galaxy is just 64 and Sunshine a little bit reimagined, because the controls are almost the same. The graphics are obviously better as you go, but they still, I feel like it's just like you took 64, you reskinned it, put new levels in there. That's Sunshine. You took Sunshine, you reskinned it, made the graphics a little bit better, new levels, added gravity, other levels that were meant to make you mad, like the surfing level, and you get Galaxy. Don't get me wrong, I liked the game. I like the Mario 3D series thus far. I'm not completely bashing it, but I think that in the future, I've never played Super Mario Galaxy 2, so I don't know how that is, but I hope that in the future they'll do some things better with it. Not exactly what I said in this video. I doubt anyone who works on Super Mario Galaxy is going to see this. I just hope that they do better with it in the future, and I'm sure they will. Technology will get better, they'll modernize more, and games will get better from that. So, all I gotta do is wait. That's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna wait. How you guys doing? I'm waiting for modernization. Just by the way, just gonna keep waiting. I can't tell if the mic is picking this up or not. Yes, it is, but just barely. Okay. So, all in all, I'd give this game a 6.5 out of 10. Still more than half because I'm generous, and I don't like to give games a rating of less than 5 unless they really deserve it. So, 6.5 is as high and as low as I'm willing to go with this game. It has its moments, don't get me wrong, but there are enough things wrong with the game. Not wrong with the game, but there are enough things that hinder the game to bring it down to a 6.5. So that's what I believe, but don't take my word for it completely. Go out and play it yourself. I think the game should be played, and it's not a bad game, and I think you should try it out for yourself. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have something to say about it, leave a comment down below. If you like the video, hit that like button, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Ugh. My mouth is dry. That's better. Yeah. That water tasted old. Probably shouldn't have drank that. Bye.